My name is Bill Baxter.
And Donna Baxter.
And our story started with us deciding as we were getting older that we wanted to find a place up here at the lake that we could retire at. And so Donna and I jumped in the car and started driving around up here. And we found this lot, but we could not see the lake from the street. It was just a wall of trees and shrubs and bushes. And there was an old rickety gate, and there was a for sale sign out front. And we walked through the gate, and there was the lake. And we called right there and said, we want to make an offer on the lot.
Not exactly. We drove down the street.
Okay. And we, after making an offer on the lot, then we got the deal, and we quickly realized that, okay, we need to build a house. And I already had a design in mind. I had some inspiration from designs I had seen on the internet. And in fact, a gorgeous house that had some of these structures in it up at Lake Tahoe. That I love those ideas. So I took the time to work with an architect to design this house. And from there, it was just a matter of figuring out who the builder is. And it's a little bit stressful trying to find a builder when you've got this vision of this beautiful house that you want to build. You want to make sure that what they build is what your vision is. And so we went and interviewed several different builders, and the builder I liked the most was C.C. Bates. And the reason why, one, is because they're local. Number two is because they had great references from other folks who they built for already up here. And we started the process. And one thing about the C.C. Bates process for building the house is they have a very organized step-by-step process from beginning to end. And I love that part because you knew where you were. There's a 7-step process that they have on their chalkboard. And they, from design to contract approval to from framing and all the way down through it. And you could see in their offices all the homes that they were building and each step that their customers were at. And of course, in the beginning, we're all the way up at the top here, and I want to be all the way down to the bottom there as quick as possible. But we went through the process, and one challenging part about the process was we were building it during COVID. And of course, all of the supply chains stopped. And one of the biggest challenges we had was getting the windows. And another shout out to C.C. Bates is as we saw all the supply chains closing down quickly and the prices starting to skyrocket, then Scott and Tom went out and secured pricing pretty low back in 2021. And before they shot up triple, like the wood, the big cedar beams that we have in here. We're going for astronomical amounts in 2022. And so they were able to secure the prices to our benefit at the time. Anyway, so took us a year and a half to build it, which is about 6 months longer than I wanted. But given the fact that we couldn't get anything, it worked out very well.
We came up and we were looking for a place because our kids said, hey, why don't you build a house up at Lake Texoma? And we were like, okay. Because we were up at Broken Bow, and they're like, that's too far of a drive. So we came up here one day kind of just looking, and Bill came up with the idea of getting a lot instead of buying a house. And I said, well, if I'm moving up to the lake, I want to be on the lake. I don't want to be where I can't see the lake. So he just started looking on the internet, and he goes, hey, let's go check out this lot. And we were like, okay. So I said, I'll drive, you tell me where to go. So drove over here, and sure enough, it was just like he said, it was all a huge wall of bushes and trees, and we're like, okay. But then, you walk past that and you saw that. You saw the lake. So it was beautiful. And then
I'm from California, but the good old days.
Okay.
The good old days, back in the 60s.
Okay.
yeah.
Yep.
And I'm actually from St. Louis, Missouri. So
And we met through work.
and I worked in payroll, and he was a restaurant manager. And so we ended up talking, and I did his payroll for the store he was at. And then he said, hey, I'm going to come down. Do you want to go to dinner? I was like, okay. I mean, you wouldn't do that nowadays, but, well, I don't think
This
you
is
would.
before internet, of course,
Yeah.
so no pictures. Or
And it's so
anything.
funny, yeah, because we sent pictures through inner office
Oh.
envelope. We're like, okay. So,
And after seeing a picture of me, she still said yes.
yeah.
Amazing.
So,
We bought it in 2021, so we've had it, 3 years now?
yeah.
And we've been living in it for a year and a half. It's a very open concept house. It's and we wanted it that way. We wanted it to for our entire family to enjoy it, and so we
Yeah.
didn't want it compartmentalized. And I love being outside. We both love a lot of natural light, and we love nature. And so we wanted to combine all of that in our house, and having windows on both sides and higher ceilings, and the breadth of room across the entire house, being able to see the house easily from all the rooms downstairs is very nice to have.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's how do I describe it? The stairs, we have 3 bedrooms upstairs, and a office. So many rooms in this house are beautiful. I mean, I'm sitting right here in the living room, and oh my goodness, I just love this. And but I guess between the kitchen and the sunroom are probably my favorite rooms.
Really? The game room, is it?
You know, that's funny because I'm in there a lot, but I like the sunroom. And the
well,
kitchen
that's
is so
new.
easy to get around.
Well, that's new because you just took the screens out and put the glass in.
did.
So,
Yeah.
but I'd say the game room.
Game room?
Yeah,
Game room?
just as well. And it's funny we call it the game room, but it's not really a game. It's not a game room. It's just a relaxing room, and
Yes, second living room.
yeah.
Of course, Donna wanted a very nice wine cabinet, so we built the wine cabinet in there, and
Guess it's a-
it's a nice place to sit and relax and watch
Yeah.
TV,
Entertaining room.
sports. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the quietness. It's so quiet up here, and you talk about the birds chirping and the leaves rustling, and just nature. It's just, that was probably more unexpected for me. When our family comes up here, in fact, my daughter just the other day, she was up here, and she walked outside and she commented about how fresh the air smelled up here off the lake. And she just said, I could come up here and just relax for a week, and it'd feel like
Yeah.
a month.
I would say relaxing.
Yep.
Because you go down to where we lived in McKinney, Allen area, and it's just like chaos. I'm like, oh my God, I just want to go back home. There's too many people down here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Plus the neighborhood, the folks in the neighborhood are very friendly and laid back,
Yeah.
and it's just a wonderful environment. We have a family across the street. Their kids are grown, but they raised them here on the lake,
yeah.
and of course we've met them as adults. But I can just imagine running around this area up here as a kid, jumping in a rowboat or something and rowing off into the into the lake.
Yeah.
How does it feel, or how is it to have a house on the lake? I think it's everyone's dream. We had ours come true, and I love getting up every morning and seeing the sunrise and its sunset. I love the quietness of it. There's nothing about living on the lake that I would change. It's just absolutely beautiful setting.
Yeah. I'd have to
And
agree. It's peaceful. You don't hear all the sirens, the cars, the noise. Well, you have the boats driving by, but I'd rather hear the boats than sirens or cars flying by.
I'm an early riser, so I love getting up early and getting my cup of coffee. But one of the things I look forward to every morning is the sun coming up over those hills over there. And the color of the lake is dark blue. The sky is a brilliant orange. And then you see the sun slowly come up with the light shining in the windows. It is an incredible experience.
Yeah.
And it's easy to get up every morning just because of that sunrise that comes up. And the holidays. Yeah, in fact, Thanksgiving is coming up.
Yeah.
And we're anxious to have all the kids up. They're anxious to come up here as well, and the grandkids. We have this room to play all sorts of games with the kids, play baseball,
Wiffle ball,
and,
cornhole.
yeah, we're planning a great Thanksgiving event, and in fact, we get pecan pie this year. It's amazing, the natural sounds, and even sounds like airplanes are a little bit exaggerated because it is so quiet.
have a
And you
bug
hear
sound on here.
everything a little bit louder. The nice thing about it is our daughters talked us into building this house up here because it's such a short distance from the Dallas Metroplex area. It's a 45-minute drive.
Yeah.
So if you have business down in Dallas, it's a very easy commute to come up here, turn around and go back, and you can live the life and still run your business.